Richard, you've gone against Devontae Adams a few times in your career. How has his game improved, and what kind of a receiver is he to cover?
Oh, he's really dynamic. He has great hands, rarely drops the ball, creates good separation, has good releases, runs good routes, and has great rapport with Aaron, obviously, and they work well together.
When you're preparing for Aaron Rodgers, are the greatest challenges physical or mental?
Both, because you're going to have to run. You're going to have to cover for a longer period of time. You got to be ready for the backyard football. He's a great passer and he can get the ball anywhere. He can be on his back foot and throw it 75 yards if that's really what he wanted to do.
Do you notice the ball coming out quicker by design now that he has a bad knee?
No, he doesn't seem to care about the bad knee or anything. He still takes his time. If he wants to take a shot down the field, he takes it. They're predominantly quick game in the first place. Initially, it's always been that way. But he just makes some shots. He makes some deep developing plays.
The arm strength and all those things that we can see obviously make him great. Is there anything that maybe we can't see that you can see as someone on the field about him that makes him great?
Well, I mean, everything that makes any quarterback great. He's really smart. He has great control of the offense. He can change the play at the line if that's what he's feeling. He can not give him any play, and he has a rapport with the wideouts that's good enough. Well, in the years that I've played him, he had a rapport that's good enough that they kind of knew what he was thinking. He's great at manipulating the pace of the game. If he sees you sub and they don't sub, then he'll hurry to the line and get a penalty and get a free play. He's the king of the free play. So he's great at understanding tempo.
Why do you feel you've been so successful against him throughout your career?
Well, we haven't beaten him very often, so but yeah, just playing the game. I don't even think about it honestly. Just go out there and try to play and execute and you do your job. I don't think about anything else. I think about trying to win the game, and we haven't been successful in that regard. So we got to figure that out.
Richard, when the day after you got hurt against the Chiefs, Shanahan said you'd be missing a couple games. You missed one game. What went into getting back so soon?
Just hard work and a lot of rehab. The training staff was great, and Ray Wright was great. Just kind of pushing me and making sure, I got my massages and got the fluid out and got the swelling out. And I'm a competitor. If I feel like I can go out there and help, whether I'm 100% or 50% or 60% or whatever the case may be, I'm going to go out there and give it a shot. And grateful for the coaching staff to give me that out.
You've mentioned. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you hear you're going to miss a couple games, or you're like, they don't fully know me yet, or?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And I'm sure that anybody who's known me or played with me was thinking the same thing. I rarely miss games if I feel like I can go. It takes something really serious to keep me out for a long period of time, like a torn Achilles. That'll do it.
You've mentioned that you text Aaron from time to time. What's the genesis of that relationship?
Just checking in, or if he has a great game, or I see something on tape where he's in his bag and doing something crazy, like some of the Hail Marys that he's thrown, and you text him like, man, that's crazy. I don't know what you were thinking right there. And but he's a good dude and good dude too.
Is there anything beyond texting that you guys have done together in the offseason?
No, not really. I mean, you see him at the SBs and, you have conversations, but nothing beyond that.
When you look at the numbers, Aaron has stayed away from targeting you in the past. Have you guys spoken about that at all?
Not really. Honestly, it has never come up in conversation. He still has success against us, so I'm not sure he minds.
Would you like to be targeted more?
Yeah, I mean, as you play corner, you play like the ball is coming to you anytime, every time. So that's how you cover, and I'm sure, I'll have my opportunities going forward.
That one last game where were you surprised where the ball kind of like landed right in front of you? Were you surprised to see that?
Well, we were in a weird coverage, so I had a man behind me and a man in front of me. So I thought he was targeting the guy behind me because, that was the first down. Fitz was just standing there and wasn't going to get the first down. So I was kind of stuck in a hard place. I was like, all right, you take the harder throw and you take away the throw that's going to be a first down, and he kind of one-skipped it to me.
It's the defense you guys have done, yardage-wise, you guys have done pretty well, but the takeaways haven't been there. What needs to change in terms of?
We just got to find a way. I mean, that's all it comes down to. I mean, takeaways are kind of more of the ball bounces your way. You get tipped sometimes. It's kind of luck of the draw. especially in a game like we played last week where we limited them pretty good. And, I guess we got to be more violent in our tackling, and you can't miss hops when the quarterback throws into coverage.
When you watch film of the defense, what do you see out of Buckner and Rubin that convince you that these guys are headed for stardom?
Well, they're incredibly disruptive. I mean, Rubin kind of pops out on the tape, with his speed and his energy and the tenacity in which he tackles with. He runs through people. Buckner's just chaos on the line. You got to know. I'm sure offensive coordinators and O-line coaches know where he is at all times because he can eliminate a play. He can disrupt a play at any time.
Richard, I'm sure you remember that 75-yard touchdown. I believe that was in the first quarter.
His first play again.
Yeah. So, what do you tell young DBs like Adrian and Nikello in those situations? Do you help coach them up a little bit after that, or what do you tell them?
Well, I mean, that was a nothing play. You know what I mean? That was a play. That was like 1 + 1 is 2 kind of play. So you just got to move next play. Good play. If they would have picked that play off, is the same thing I would tell them. You got to go next play. You know what I mean? That's not gonna. This pick in the first quarter is going to save us in the fourth quarter. It's not like, oh, you got to pick in the first quarter, so man, you know what I mean? It's going to save us in the fourth quarter. You just got to move on to the next play. So it's playing DB. It's life playing DB. You're going to have some good plays. You're going to have some bad plays, but it's how you respond. And I think both of them responded well and continued to play at a high level and didn't let it kind of weigh on the rest of the game.
Richard, you've not, I don't know, I didn't do the research. I assume you haven't been 1-4. You've been.
Yeah, I've never been in 1-4 in my life.
Okay.
Well, college. We were 0-5, so different.
Sorry to bring that up. But, I mean, do you look at, obviously people talked a lot about you with the other quarterbacks and being a leader. Do you view this as, your responsibility in part to make sure things don't unravel, just locker room wise?
Well, definitely. I mean, as a competitor, as a person who wants to win every game going forward, you got to make sure guys stick together and stay focused on the task at hand and don't start to lollygag and get loosey-goosey and think, oh, man, woe is me kind of deal. And I think the coaching staff has done a great job, Kyle and even John coming in and speaking to them and making sure they understand that there's a sense of urgency that guys need to continue to have.
What's it been like to kind of walk the line of expecting a lot out of this defense while knowing there might be some growing pains just because a lot of the guys are really young and in their first year?
See, that's the tough part for me because I don't think of youth as an excuse as some people do. So I'm pretty tough on guys a lot of times and a lot of plays because when you're young, you can still play at a high level, and a lot of young guys do play at a high level. I think that just gives people an excuse, an easy excuse, and I don't give them that same excuse.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.